next speaker, Professor Jianhui Li. He's my colleague, and he's actually a philosopher in. Maybe you can talk about your research fields. I'm sorry, I just lost the information. Yeah, let's welcome Professor Li.
Good afternoon. So 22 years before, I sit here for half a year. So I'm very happy to come back again to present my topic about the century debate between Bergson and Einstein and its impact on Whitehead. So where is that? Okay. So on April 6, 1922, a debate erupted in Paris, France, which is one of the most influential debates about science and philosophy of the 20th century. This debate is a debate of time, of what is time between Bergson and Einstein. Sigmund Freud once said that in his era, apart from Bergson and Einstein, there was hardly anyone else who could be demanded to be recognized as an intellectual leader. The debate between them was a controversy that presently separates the two most renowned men of our times. And a physicist and a historian once commented, early in this century, two very prominent and originally independent lines of thought were collided. On the one hand was the system of Bergson. On the other side, on the other hand, the physical theory of relativity, which dominated scientific thought. This debate undoubtedly also affected Whitehead. One philosopher said, the scientific world was split into two camps, Einstein and his lieutenant Eddington, Bergson and his lieutenant Whitehead. Therefore, elucidating Whitehead's concept of time through the century debate between Bergson and Einstein, which had a significant impact on Whitehead, is of greater significance for us to better understand Whitehead. So that's my these four parts. First, starting from why Einstein's theory of relativity did not win the Nobel Prize. In 1922, Einstein was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics, which had been vacant for 1921. However, the reason for Einstein's award was not his world-renowned theory of relativity, but his less famous theory of the photoelectric effect. In a letter to Einstein on December 10, 1922, the Swedish Academy of Science said, the Royal Academy of Science decided to award you last year's Nobel Prize for Physics in consideration of your work in theoretical physics, and in particular your discovery of the law of the photoelectric effect, but without taking into account the value which will be accorded your theory of relativity and gravitation. Once they are confirmed, the same statement also appeared in the citation of his award. So Einstein did not attend the ceremony. He was in the road visiting Japan at the time. He received the news of his award when he arrived in Shanghai. So in July, the next year, in July of the following year, Einstein gave a formal acceptance speech at a Swedish scientific conference. His speech was titled The Fundamental Ideas and Problem of the Theory of Relativity, in which he discussed the theory of relativity extensively and did not mention the theory of the photoelectric effect at all, because other awarded, other receiver of Nobel Prize usually talking about their theory of the world, right? Yeah, but he talk other things, right? So Einstein established the special theory of relativity in 1905 and the general theory of relativity in 1915. In 1919, Einstein's general theory of relativity was confirmed by the team of astronomer Eddington, making Einstein famous overnight. However, why didn't such an important physical theory receive an Nobel Prize award? Some people may say it's because the theory of relativity is too profound and many people don't understand it. But the actual situation is that Einstein's theory of relativity was opposed by a philosopher who was more famous than Einstein at that time, and also a Nobel laureate, of course, later, Henry Bergson. His opposition had a wide-ranging impact, which led to Einstein's theory of relativity not receiving the Nobel Prize. You see, on April 6, 1922, Einstein met Henry Bergson at an academic event organized by the French Philosophical Society in Paris. Encouraged by a third party, Bergson challenged Einstein's theory of relativity. Bergson insisted that to understand time, one can't only appeal to the scientific perspective, but must also have a philosophical viewpoint. And in the debate, Einstein disdainfully said, there is no such thing as philosopher's time. There is only psychological time that is different from that of the physicist. There is no third kind. Although this debate lasted just over half an hour, its result had a far-reaching effect, causing a great stir in philosophical circle and generating widespread debate in the scientific community. Today, most people probably think that Bergson was completely defeated in this debate and that Einstein was clear winner. However, at that time, and even now, there are many people who think that Bergson made some valid point, although several heavyweight scientists had repeatedly nominated Einstein's theory of relativity for the Nobel Prize. The members of the Nobel Committee did not accept these scientists' opinions. The chairman of the Nobel Committee for Physics, Seventh Aaron News, once said in a discussion, most discussion centered on his theory of relativity. This pattern is essentially to epistemology and has therefore been the subject of lively debate in philosophical circle. So this right line is very important. He said, it will be no secret that the famous philosopher Bergson in Paris has challenged this theory. The fact that the name and views of philosopher Bergson were invoked during the discussion about a Nobel Prize in physics, and that this prevents Einstein's theory of relativity from winning the Nobel Prize shows just how influential Bergson was at that time. Right? Indeed, this statement was not only influential in the scientific community, but its impact was even more profound in the philosophical world. Almost all philosophers of the era were involved in this debate. It's particularly noteworthy that scientists intrigued by Einstein's theory of relativity and dissatisfied within it, switched from mathematics to physics to deeply investigate the theory and hoped to establish his own theory of relativity. These scientists admired Bergson's philosophy, then shifted from physics to philosophy, attempting to establish a brand new metaphysics. So Bergson, this debate influenced Whitehead, right? Caused Whitehead from mathematics to physics, then to philosophy. Metaphysics. This person is Alfred A.N.W., right? So what exactly was said in the debate of time that cost Einstein his golden opportunity? How did the thoughts of these two individuals influence Whitehead? What did Whitehead himself say about time? So my following discussion is about this. So now I would like to see something about the century debate between Bergson and Einstein. The issue of time is central question in Bergson's philosophy. So what is time? The medieval philosopher Augustine once said about the difficulty of answering this question. If no one asks me, I know what it is. If I wish to explain to someone who asks, I do not know. As Augustine stated the opera, the past is gone and no longer exists. The present can't exist because it has zero duration. And the future does not exist either because it is potentiality, right? And still not exist. So the time illusion, right? So is time exist? If it exists, is time a uniform flow like a straight line? You know, usually we think time is like this, right? Is it the moment recorded by the ticking of our clock or our now phone, right? Bergson argued that such a concept of time does not capture its essence. The essence of time, according to him, is duration. However, this duration is not a one-dimensional sequence formed by a homogeneous and independent moment lined up regularly and closely one after another. This concept of time is essentially substituted the nature of time with spatialization, especially negating the meaning of the existence of time, and thus is not real time. So that's Bergson. According to Bergson, the real time is in state of pure qualitative flux at every moment and is a state of true creation. Therefore, it's alive and immeasurable. Real time at every moment is a mutual permeation and fusion. You know, because of the time limits, I just say this little about Bergson's time, the idea. The issue of time is also central to the special theory of relativity and the general theory of relativity. The concept of time in Einstein is very, we can use some word to generalize. First, the simultaneity is relative. Second, in a moving physical system, time slows down, right? Time slows down. And the space shrinks in the direction of movement. And time and space are inseparable. And time and space are closely related. So it can be seen, the concept of time by Bergson and Einstein are completely different, right? One believes that time is an indivisible, immeasurable subject existence, which can only be understood through intuition and has no relationship with matter and space. The other believes that time can be divided, can be measured, is objective, can be understood through reason. Okay, that's the different, right? So then, when Einstein was invited by the French Philosophy Society, Bergson also went there. After Einstein's lecture, Bergson, encouraged by other persons, then challenge Einstein's theory, right? And Einstein, as I formally say, very say the philosopher's time not exist, right? So that's the, so because the time limits, I will, the impact I will see something about this. Give me some more time, okay? Impact. So none of the attendees at the seance, right, managed to stay impartial, and the event subsequently developed any discourse on the nature of time. Let's see how Bergson impact Einstein. You see, Bergson ideas strongly influenced Whitehead. As we know, Bergson came to visit Whitehead once at Whitehead's house in London. We know also that they read some of each other's book and reported that they were very interesting book. For example, in The Concept of Nature, Whitehead claimed that his work was in full accord with Bergson. Conversely, Bergson held Whitehead in high regard as well. In his book, Duration and Simultaneity, Bergson referred to Whitehead's The Concept of Nature as an admirable book and one of the most profound ever written. So, what is how Bergson inspired Whitehead? Three central ideas. One is that they have the same value as Remy Lestini. So why you do not invite her to come to the to this conference? He recently wrote a very recent book about the Whitehead's biography, right? Seems very good book, right? I have a copy. Seems very good. So the first is that the past is real. It is incorporated into the present, and the past enriches the present. The second is that the present is seek. The concept of a seek present refers to the idea that the present is not an infinitely thin slice of time, but rather a duration. The third common idea is that the determinant has a limit, right? Of course, they have some different. How Einstein influenced Whitehead? You know, Einstein also impacted Whitehead. It was Einstein's relativity theory that first drew Whitehead out of his early work on the foundation of mathematics into physics. And in the end, the philosophy of nature. You know, he read Einstein. Actually, this morning, Guo said, Whitehead's central idea is about space, but actually, according to the philosopher, one philosopher said, so the central idea of Whitehead is time, because the process, the prehension, and the concrete science, and so many ideas of Whitehead, all about time, but I have no time. Thank you very much.